People keep asking if I care about equality. So you're saying I should be a man? Why would I want to do that?
Hey guys, Moist Critical here. I know that I just recently came back from a brief hiatus after saying something extremely retarded, but I am back now just to tell you that I may need to take another break because I may or may not have a pack of wildebeest transgenders who found me, and for the safety of myself and my butthole, I may need to move. So that being said, oh no, they're called.
Listen up, ladies. Since these men voted for Donald Trump, we are going to start this 4B movement. We're going to stop having premarital sex. We are going to stop having rosters of men that we're talking to all the time. We are going to start reading the Bible, start cleaning and learning how to cook. That'll show 'em.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 28. Yes, episode 28 of Go Boom Live. Yay, we are here. So, how's it going? I just gotta, where's that? Roy on Rumble says it just followed. Where's my medal? Thank you for following. Okay, let me go ahead and get some of these pre-stream legends who dropped some pre-stream super chats. If I missed any pre-stream super chats on Rumble, please let me know, mods. I just pulled up chat. So let's start with the Wombo. Andrew with the Wombo $50 super chat. Andrew says, "Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that you bless us and this stream. May you, God, speak through Melanie and help her direct as many people as possible to be closer to you, as she has been doing an amazing job so far. I pray this all in your holy name. Amen." Thank you, Andrew, so much for the prayer, for the support. It means a lot. I definitely hope to have another amazing stream and hope that we can reach some people with the word of God as well. In the process of us dunking on woke people and stuff. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate you. And I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going well for you. I know you were going through some hard times, as you said in the comments, but it's great to see that you're still leaning on God, staying strong. That's the thing is, there's a lot of trials that we go through and hard times that we go through that can, it can make or break you, but it's so important to lean on God during those times. And it's those hard times that really refine us and can grow our faith even stronger. Ron Duncan with the $25. Thank you so much, Ron. All hail the new queen of rock. Rock art and comedy. I try. Give me a lot more credit than I deserve, but I try. Thank you so much. Is there anything you can't do? I do a lot of things just very mediocre. You get more cool all the time. I'm glad Trump won. Let us use the time we have wisely for the gospel. Thank you so much. And yet I do feel like because of this Trump victory, we are given a little more time. I thought, I was convinced. I was like, if Kamala makes president, we're entering in Revelation. I was convinced. But thank goodness we have at least a little more time. We might still enter Revelation in our lifetimes. Who knows? Hopefully not. I know some people are like, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to see Jesus. Let's go. Let's do this. But that's the thing is, living through Revelation is not a good thing. Like it is. We shouldn't be wishing for that. I know some people believe in pre-trib rapture. I don't think that's biblical. So living through tribulation is not going to be a good thing for Christians. So we don't want that. But hey, if we got to live through, we'll be strong. We'll do it. But definitely not something that I want. Man, I feel like my camera looks better. Is this just me? Like the colors are a lot more on point. I updated my Elgato software and I haven't had a freeze since then. Like my camera's been freezing like crazy, but it hasn't froze at all since then. So maybe it's fixed now. Let's hope so. All right, we got J-Lord with the... Oh, yeah, also, guys, I do want to address, I did take last week off of stream, as some of y'all noticed. That was because, well, last Tuesday was the election. I think I speak for a lot of us when I say how much of a relief it was that Trump won that election. So on Tuesday, the election happened. I just felt like when Trump won, it felt surreal. Like it felt like it wasn't even real. It was like, what? There's hope. There's some hope for the future. Obviously, I don't think that Trump is like our savior or anything like that. We can only be blessed with God and with God's favor, but I think this is definitely the right direction. I thought the Dems were going to steal it again or something. Like, I don't know. In the back of my mind, I thought that. But once I started seeing the numbers, I was like, whoa, Trump wins. Trump is winning this. And I just felt like it took days before it set in. And so I took Wednesday off. I know a lot of people took the day off on Wednesday, but only for a good thing. I was like, let's just let this set in. I couldn't even sleep the night of the election until like 6:30 in the morning or something. Might have been later than that. I was just in a daze. So, yes. All right. So we got J-Lord here with the Australian $10. Says, I have watched some of John, I think you mean Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen's sermons from the 80s and 90s. Or do you mean John? Is that his dad or something? Or Joel is a long way from the biblical truths. Oh, that's his dad. Gotcha. Joel is a long way from the biblical truths his dad preached. Worse still, Joel knows the true gospel. He grew up with it. That's the thing, is I do feel like Joel Osteen just does all this like prosperity gospel stuff. I haven't seen a lot of what Joel Osteen's posted because I've never taken him serious. But definitely doesn't seem good. And yeah, it's sad to see that there are some false prophets, some false pastors who are in it for fame and money, and they teach prosperity instead of teaching the gospel. They just constantly teach that, oh yeah, they tell people what they want to hear, and so that they'll get money from them instead of just telling them the truth. And it's definitely not good. Chris Rubio with the $5 says, I like your guitar. Thank you. What inspired you to get that model? Makes me think of Black Sabbath, late 90s Pumpkins, and slightly Soundgarden, not Gibson. Hold on, let me get that really quick. Yeah. So this is my guitar in question that I just got. I love it. This is an Epiphone SG. So it's like made like Gibson, isn't it? But it's not a Gibson. I got this one because, well, I went to hold on, I'll explain here a second. Let me put it back 1 second. Okay, so I knew I wanted to get a new electric guitar. I played acoustic since I was like 13. I always wanted to play electric guitar ever since I was a little kid. And I got the acoustic when I was 13. Or no, I learned acoustic when I was 13, but I only learned like basic chords and stuff, and I could play like church songs. I used to play on the praise team. And I don't know. I just thought, I'm getting me an electric guitar. I'm going to learn how to play electric. So I went to Guitar Center, and I wanted to get something affordable because I was like, dude, I'm learning electric. I've trained myself to play just basic chords on acoustic and stuff, but I've got a long way to learn with electric. So I just wanted something more affordable. And I got this, and the Epiphone model, I think that was like $200. So I got something affordable, and I was like, if I get really good one day, if I keep practicing and I get good one day, then I'll get a, I'll save and invest into my dream electric guitar. But for now, so I'm sticking with, hold on, let me show you what I posted on my, I haven't posted anything since day one. I've been learning Smells Like Teen Spirit. Been learning how to play that. Hold on, I'm scrolling on my Twitter to show you guys. Let me show you. So I, just from like the first couple hours or so of me practicing, I did post a video. I posted a couple of videos. I'll show you guys in a minute. So this is it. I got this Boss Katana amp. It is so crisp. It's so good. I was going to get like the very base, like $99 one, like a really small one. They didn't have it there at Guitar Center. And so this was a step up, which was like $250, I think. It was more than I wanted to spend. So I spent more on the amp that I did the guitar. But I was like, heck, why not? I'll get it. Because otherwise, I wanted a Katana like I did. And so my only other options would have had been to wait to get one shipped, or to buy a different used one they had, and it had dust all over it, and I didn't want that. Or, yeah, that was my options. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy it. I'll invest in it. So there it is. I love it. It sounds great. So yeah, has been my new purchase. Okay, so I've been practicing. Now it sounds kind of, don't expect me to be amazing right now. Just saying, like, this was the first, I took this video after just like first trying to learn how to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I am coming from an acoustic background, not an electric. So I'm still learning. My biggest problem, it's going to sound kind of out of tune because I'm hitting some of the wrong strings, but hey, I just want to show you anyway. So yeah, I'm learning Smells Like Teen Spirit. This one came out better. I played with the amp a little bit, and I like how this sounded better. So yeah, I've been learning that. I haven't posted any new videos because like I haven't really progressed a whole lot more. I've been practicing most every day. But yeah, I mean, that song is pretty basic. In terms of like learning an electric guitar song, that's definitely one of the easier ones. But yeah, I do plan on posting more stuff. My thing is I have picked up practicing 2 hobbies that I'm trying to do every day right now, or most every day. Like I said, I come from an acoustic guitar background. I've been playing acoustic guitar since I was 13, but I was like, I want to play electric. So as with learning an instrument, things like that, it requires a lot of practice. So I'm doing this, but at the same time now, I'm back to my drawing as well. So I'm trying to practice. Look at all these election tweets I made. This just shows. Well, first I was like laughing when they called the Amish people like the Ents from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, so I was like, Trump is winning this, no doubt. This is when it set in for me. It was at 9 p.m., 9:10. It's like, Trump is winning this. He won, no doubt. And people were like, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. But I just knew. All right, so anyway, I made all these election tweets. Some of them were my most viral tweets. I posted, where was that? Oh, I said Latino. Look at that. 102,000 likes. What the heck? This is one of the most viral tweets I've ever had in my life. I think I only had one tweet go more viral than this. That was the one about those two men who had a baby that bought a baby. And I said, we got to stop selling babies to faggots. I think that's my most viral tweet. I can't remember for sure, but it's close. Anyway, so then I said, Latinos got called Latinx one too many times and voted Trump. So I thought it was funny. And then where was that one where I posted the picture of I think this might be my most. I said the Amish leaving the polls knowing they won the election for us. Granted, I do want to clear up. This wasn't Amish people actually at the polls. I was trying to make like a battle cry or like likening them to, because people keep saying they were like the Ents on Lord of the Rings. So I was like, oh, okay, let me find a group picture of them and to be like they're gangster, like, hey, we did this, mic drop moment. I think some people might have thought that this was actual footage of them leaving the polls. But I didn't mean to make them think that. I was originally gonna Photoshop like an explosion in the background or something. But anyway, this did go really viral. But yeah, they totally did do some work. Those Amish did. So then here's some more meme stuff. Okay, so anyway, my whole point here, I'm trying to scroll and show you guys some of the art stuff I've been working on. So, because at the same time, I don't know what it is. I think it's because suddenly I have hope for the future and our country and all that. And it's just made me want to do the fun stuff I enjoy now. I'm not in a depression or anything. So here's where I started picking up this character I made up. So I was just doodling around I did like more of an anime style on this. I have wanted to make a comic with this story for so long now. And so I was like, I like sketched them out different and then earlier. And so I was like, let me try different styles. And so I did more of an anime style on this one. So then at this time I did this, and then it was like not long after I drew this, I can't remember if someone mentioned PewDiePie or what, or it showed up in my recommended or what, but so then I watched the PewDiePie video, which I'll show you guys here in a minute after I get caught up on stuff. Watch a PewDiePie video where he drew every day for a year and he improved. So now I've been drawing ever since I was a little kid. I've always loved drawing, but I haven't been as consistent with it in a long time. I used to draw every day and I haven't done that in a long time. And so I drew this and I was like, man, I've always wanted to make a comic, but I was so discouraged because like I was overwhelmed with it. There's still a lot I have to learn, especially. I think my biggest problem is getting better. Well, backgrounds are my biggest problem. But other than that, it's anatomy and getting better with anatomy, like faces, portraits. I draw faces for days. I love it. But it's I've got to get better at a lot of other things if I want to actually make a comic, because I mean, I can't make a comic out of portraits. So then I did some sketching, so I watched that PewDiePie thing and saw his improvement. I was like, okay, well, I need to draw every day if I want to get better. So now I'm trying to practice guitar every day and draw every day. So I got two things, which is a good problem to have because I'm very introverted. I have a lot of hobbies and I like to commit my time to my hobbies. And now that I'm like, my spirits are lifted, I don't feel the weight of the world on my shoulders like I did worrying about what society's going to be like and if we're going to be entering Revelation. Now it's like, okay, things are getting better. We got Trump coming in office, and I can start working on stuff. Okay. The slender Las Marcos from the Rippaverse has graced us here with his presence. Did you say make a comic? Nice. That's what my goal is. So if I ever feel more confident in my abilities and get something worked up, then I am going to have to contact Rippasend. Maybe one day. That's my dream. All right. So anyway, so now I was sketching, doing some practice. Like, let me do some practice sketches every day. As long as I draw something every day and practice. So then I drew Dante and Virgil here, just sketching. I really need to get better with shading on my sketching. So that's something I want to do. So then I did that. Then I worked on like portrait stuff again. But I watched like this YouTube video that was really good that showed perspective, like with different face perspectives. I feel like this is my natural style, like my natural art style. So like when I showed the anime style and stuff, that was fun, but it's not my natural style. This is the natural style that I draw. So I drew Lady from Devil May Cry. As you see, I've been drawing a lot of Devil May Cry characters. I love them. Lady is my favorite. So I drew her here. So I was like, okay, I watched this tutorial from this guy who used to be an artist at Blizzard. Now he has his own channel. He's so good. And he was teaching how to draw perspectives, like face perspectives and stuff. So I did a warm up, like a practicing at that. So there was that. Let me show you the, so here's what I did of Lady. So I was like, okay, here's just a 3/4 view. Then, oh, he also had a coloring tutorial, which I've done that style of coloring that he was showing before, but he really explained it well. And that inspired me to try that again. So I did the 3/4 view, the profile view, and then I tried to do but using like the Loomis method, it made this so much, because I've whipped these out like pretty quick, and normally it would have taken me a lot longer. So this has been so helpful looking at these tutorials and stuff. So yeah, other than that, I did some hand practice yesterday. Let me go to my Instagram, because on my stories, I posted those. Let me see if I can pull that up. Share this tab instead. So yesterday I practiced hands. There's one. And then that. So that's what my warm up was yesterday, which I didn't spend. Yeah, I spent a couple hours. So I'm trying to spend a couple hours a day practicing my drawing, and at least ideally at least an hour a day, but even if it's just 20-30 minutes a day, I need to be practicing my drawing every day. So I practiced hands yesterday. Today I'm not sure what I'm doing today. We'll figure that out. I haven't drawn yet today. So yeah. Also, if you guys want to keep up my art on Instagram, I do post on my Instagram stories here, but also did I post that? I brought back my art account. Like before, I forgot the password on it, but because I started that years ago, but I got back on it. Melanie Mac Draws on Instagram. So I'll be posting more pieces there as I make them. I had some of my old art on there as well, if you guys want to see that. I did archive some of them that I thought were kind of not as good. It's funny because I feel like some of my art that I did in 2016-ish, around that time, I think my art was better in 2008 and 2009. Then I was trying different styles and stuff that, I don't know, I got worse. And then I got better again. And then, I don't know, it keeps fluctuating. That's the thing about an artist, and even on PewDiePie's video, which I'll watch that and we'll react to that in a minute. So anyway, long story, all of that to say, I'm practicing guitar, electric guitar, and drawing now. So I've got two hobbies I'm really diving into. So that's that. So yeah, as a lot of you guys know, I really want to make my own comic and stuff, but I think it's best for me to spend time practicing before I get back to the comic. I already have the comic written, most of it. And I have rough drafts of storyboards, if you will, of the first few pages, but I got to warm up and get more confident in anatomy and backgrounds before I feel good actually starting the comic. All right, so any plans for new merch? What would you want to see? I would like to make some merch, actually. The thing is, though, is I can't, the merch that a lot of y'all wanted was merch that said faggot on it. I can't do that because they take my shops down when I do that. So if you want any merch where they won't take it down. For not, and that's what's crazy is there's all other merch on. There's other merch on Redbubble that's had that word on it. Do you ever read manga? Yes, I love manga. Cylinders is one way of improving anatomy is draw shapes over references and try to mimic those shapes side to side on another canvas. Very good advice. Thank you. So yeah, I'll get there. I'm going to give it some time drawing every day. I'm going to watch or like react to or show a little bit of that PewDiePie video for those who haven't seen it, just so you could see what inspired me so much for wanting to get better at drawing again. But let me get to some of these super chats. Oh yeah, J Lord says, which makes Joel Osteen even worse. I agree. Thank you so much. We got Caleb Cervantes with a $5 says, have a blessed stream, Melanie. And are you excited for the new Toho Godzilla film that was greenlit with Takashi Yamazaki-san coming back? I'm very excited about that. I really, really liked Godzilla -1. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, Godzilla -2. Let's go. Vaults 5 Dweller with a $10 says, hey Melanie, sometimes the internet seems full of cruelty and spite. As someone who makes a living on the internet, what guidance would you give to others who are bothered by meanness? You gotta have thick skin to be on the internet. Like especially if you are aspiring to build a platform on the internet and if you're putting yourself out there, especially when people can see you, and yeah, you're actually going to be reaching people, you gotta be able to disconnect a bit from the mean comments because they will happen. It's funny because my mom, she used to be on Twitter years ago. She actually had a decent following on Twitter. Like she didn't have like all her stuff out there, like in terms of like, but people liked her tweets. She actually had like, she posted a lot about politics and like conservative politics and stuff. She was followed by Roseanne Barr, followed her. Some of these big accounts were following her. That guy with the long hair who got all the Amish people to vote for Trump, he was following her. Like she had some big accounts following her, which I think at that time his account wasn't big, but still. Roseanne. So anyway, she did have all that and she got banned on Twitter. That was it. She got banned because that was before Elon bought it and all that. So yeah, sometimes mom's like, yeah, I bet I could have got real big on there. And I was like, yeah, I bet you could have. But she's like, but it's probably for the best that I got banned and all that, because I just don't think it would have been ideal. And I was like, yeah, because here's the thing. All the negativity that comes with it, if she would have gotten her account big enough, then she'd have to worry about getting doxxed. She'd have to worry about all the haters like finding out all of her personal life stuff and gossip, making up rumors, making up lies about her family, this, that, and the other. Like it would have been, I don't think that she would, I mean, she could handle it, but I don't think it's ideal for her. So it worked out for good. But yeah, so that's the thing is like the things that all the stuff dude, that is the worst part of being online is having all those people that come after you and that will go after you, go after your family members. They will make up lies and rumors about you. They make up lies and rumors about or things about my life, or this happened or that happened, and and they will just flat out make up stuff. And what I hate is when there's crossfire in that, and so when it's people that they will make up stuff about people as well, that other people that were in my life as well, they'll make up stuff about one of my exes, and it's like, why are you dragging him in this? And then that makes me feel bad for him, because it's like they're making up some pretty, well, they like made up that I got cheated on that my ex cheated on me with a man. That never happened. And I feel bad for him that they would say that about him. So anyway, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that you have to you have to deal with when you're front facing on the internet like that. So, um, so yeah. Anyway, it's not for everyone. You have to, if you really want to put yourself out there on the internet, you just have to realize that people are going to go after you. People are going to hate. Doesn't matter what you post, even. Like, there will be haters that you can't post nothing without getting some sort of hate. Like, dude, people try to call me, they go, oh, you're a bigot, you're this and that, and they'll hate on me for this and that and the other. And it's like, I will make a nice post. I will say, hey, Jesus loves you and wants you to turn from your sin and to accept him so that you can walk with him and go to heaven. I'll say something nice like that, and there's haters in the comments. Like, you just can't win. So it's part of it. For me, it's worth it because I've always, ever since I remember back in the day, I would go on Neopets when I was like in my teens. I'd go on Neopets and I would message people on Neopets sharing the gospel with them. Sometimes too much, because they'd be like, okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And I wouldn't stop. The Bible tells us if people don't want to hear it, like, leave them alone. But at that time, I was young. But yeah, like, it was something I was like really passionate about back then. And I remember thinking, like, when YouTube first came out and I first started my YouTube channel, I was still a Christian back then. And I was like, hey, I can use this to like evangelize to people and all that. That was the goal. And so yeah, now I'm really doing that. I felt that calling on my life for that. But unfortunately, I did go through a time where I rebelled against my faith. So I didn't do that for a while. I went off track bad. And then I came back to Jesus. And also with that, used my platforms for evangelizing as well. So I really do believe that is a part of God's purpose for my life. And then there's still other stuff I want, like drawing. Like, I always wanted, it's been my dream to make my own comic and stuff. So I think that as long as I'm obedient in God's purpose for me, that I will still be able to do other stuff that I like to do as well. So yeah, I'm excited about drawing more and all that. Do you have Asian roots? People ask all the time. I get asked if I'm Asian all the time. Someone said I look like Asian Shania Twain. That was so funny. But no, I'm white and Native American. So close enough, I guess. I think it's because, Native Americans and Asians look very much alike, but Native Americans are typically darker, which I actually tan really easily, but I'm naturally fair skinned, but I will tan really easily if I go outside. I just don't go outside a lot. But yeah, that's me. Let me see if I need to, hold on. Let me get this one more on Kala. I love Kala on X. Kala is very base Tomb Raider fan, classic Tomb Raider fan, sharing amazing posts. That one hilarious Netflix Tomb Raider video, Kala made it. Legend. Queen Mal, keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much. You're amazing. You keep it up too. Steve says natives and Asians are related. Actually, that's what I hear. I don't know all of it. I don't know how all that works. Was asking because your eyes. Yeah, that's what most people think. And my bone structure. It's the eyes and my bone structure is like, but it's native. And my nose. That's what's funny is, and that's another thing people made up. Well, the Groypers made it up. The Groypers don't like me because I don't hate Jews. I like Jews. So then they're like, oh, she's secretly Jewish. She just got a nose job. And it's like, no, I don't get that because I have like a wide, like, I do have some cartilage here, but used to, when I was little, it wasn't until like I went through puberty that my nose even grew outward. It was flat. I had a flat. It was weird. I don't know how that changed. But anyway, No, I have not had a nose job. I've not had any plastic surgery. I am very Irish and Native American. All right, so let's go ahead and get to some of these. Let's get to these Rumble rants, and then we will. And then I want to watch that. I want to show you guys that PewDiePie video because it like inspired me so much. That's why I've been drawing every day since I've watched it. We got Turbo Beatard with the $10. Hey, you're back. Hi, Mel. Trump won. Thank God. Yes! I made a Trump celebration video. I'm proud of it. It's getting no views. It's called American Garbage. Please watch. Oh, let me look that. I'll look that up. Let's see. Rumble. Turbo Beatard. Let's see if we can find it. American Garbage. Okay. Oh my goodness, this could be funny. Which okay, hold on. Let me get this on the screen. Let me get this on the screen. So it's a flat nose. Well, yeah, my nose used to be very flat. It's not even, I don't know what happened after puberty. Like I grew like more cartilage up here, but it was flat. If I have pictures when I was like a baby, it was like almost. I'm gonna. People are gonna call me racist. Never mind. But it was. It was. I did not. Like it was very flat. But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and. But it's still like I don't know. Like the front view of it still looks. Like not completely like a white person nose. All right, let's go ahead and pull up this video from Turbo Beatard. American Garbage. Let's see.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
I don't know if this music is copyright or not. Oh, I forgot the squirrel's name or the squirrel. I forgot the raccoon's name. I know that video. I know the squirrel was Peanut. Oh, check out Turbo Beatard's video. Guys, that looks like it's probably funny and base. All right, so thank you, Turbo Beatard. All right, let's go ahead and get back to some Rumble rants here. So, oops, right here. We've got a fish. 1, 2, 3. The 5 says "Won't Relent" by Misty Edwards is a killer song. Give it a listen. Oh, cool. All right. We've got addicted to addicted to Dr. Says practice, and then practice some more. Exactly. That's the thing is you really, really want to get good at something. You got to practice. Like, that's just how it works. If you want to get really, and that's why I had to tell myself, like, I can be overwhelmed and discouraged about my webcomic thing that I want to, or my comic that I want to make, or I can actually practice every day. And that's my only chance. If I'm going to make it, I have to practice. I can't just snap my fingers and expect to be able to do it. Like, I have to practice. So if it takes me thousands of hours, got to practice. Sitting with guitar, it's like, you want to get good? Practice. Also practice smart. Because that was, if I were to give anyone advice, like with how I improve my art, for example, what the times that I've got the biggest improvement with my art is not only just practicing, because if you practice and do the same thing over and over and you're not learning new techniques, then you can still get better to a degree, but you're going to get a lot better when you learn new techniques and learn and just learn stuff. And thankfully, with where the internet is right now, there's all kinds of tutorials. On YouTube, I have playlists. I have a guitar playlist and I have an art playlist. So I keep seeing a bunch of of like suggestive videos that are showing different like I'll see, like, for example, oh, here's a suggested video that's talking about guitar and how to get better at picking. Let me add that to my playlist and I'll watch that later. Or like with drawing. Oh, I just saw this tutorial. It shows you how to draw arms. Let me add that to my drawing playlist so I can get better at drawing arms, this and that. And so I'm keeping a playlist for these things so that I can do different studies and stuff. And drawing, like yesterday, what do I enjoy drawing the most? I enjoy drawing faces a lot, but if I keep only drawing faces, I'm not going to be able to do the things that I need to do. I have to get better with anatomy. And so like yesterday when I practiced drawing hands and stuff, Remdog with the $10 says, hey Mel, got the Dr. piece done on X at Remdog1138 in the highlights. Still throttled. Check out Hogarth for anatomy. Rant and run tonight. All the best. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and see this Dr. Let's go. Remdog. Yeah, Remdog is a search bar band. So it's really hard to find his stuff. All right, so let's see. Let's find that Dr. on the highlights. There it is. If y'all don't know the Dr. thing, oh my goodness, I'll show you. It's so funny. Okay, first let's go to this. Dr. voted best proctologist in Milwaukee 3 years running. Dr. Proctology off the beltway to Menards. That's okay. That's great. Thank you for sharing, Remdog. Let me find that Dr. clip for those who don't know. We cannot let Jeremy live this down. It's so freaking funny, dude. Where is it? Dr. Here it is. Oh my goodness. This had me rolling. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's do this. Dr. you guys. Here we go.
New members on thecorner.com. Old Fat Gamer. Bert Radio. Addicted to Dr. I don't know what that. Oh, addicted to drums. Holy crap.
Dr.
I'm tired. It's the way it broke across the line in my
It's my favorite.
Shut up.
Dr. I really like the Dr. on this song.
And Vane, new members on the corner.
Dr. That was so funny. Rattled says, did you hand draw the Tomb Raider artwork that was included in Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Anniversary Edition? I did hand draw that digitally. I mean, I used a graphics tablet. Hold on, or at that time, let's see. I drew that in like 2011, 10, 12, maybe. Early 2010s is when I drew that. And it did get in the Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Anniversary Edition. So if you bought the 20th Anniversary Edition of Rise of the Tomb Raider that came with a booklet that had art in it, my drawing is in it. I was actually really proud of it to accomplish that. Now, obviously, Crystal Dynamics hates my guts now. But it is what it is. Like, I'm going to call out. I don't like what they're doing with stuff. But hey, I am happy that I made that. Let me find that drawing on my old DeviantArt account. So I can show you. I used to use DeviantArt like crazy back in like 2000s, like 2008. So and so on. Let me see if I can find if I have that drawing on there. Where would it be? Okay, I think I drew it in 2000. Here it is. I drew it in 2011. Okay. Is there like, oh, here we go. Zoom in. Let me show you guys. So this is the drawing I drew in 2011 of, yeah, this was included in the 20th edition, 20th year edition of the Rise of Tomb Raider. So yeah, this was a Tomb Raider 3 fan art I did. I didn't really reference much for this. I looked at like the actual image, like I put it together. As you could see, the fingers I kind of have weird what's it called, like the Star Trek thing going on there. But anyway, yeah, I drew this back then just to make like for funsies about the Medipack thieves, if you know, from Tomb Raider 3. The monkeys will steal the Medipacks. But yeah, what's funny is I feel like this drawing is a lot better than a lot of what I made a lot after. But this is definitely one of the better ones I did. This was the line art for it. There's the lines and then the colors. So, man, this like, let's go to, I kind of want to see some of my older art. Look, this was me in 2011. I dyed my hair black, almost black. Like my natural color is this, the roots here. So it's like a cool brown. I was working at Razer at this time. I drew myself. Yeah. So anyway, I had a commission here. This guy and his brother, I think. What was this? Let's see yeah, it was his brother. A Christmas commission I did for two brothers. I remember that. My goodness, this is like bringing me back. 2011. Let's look at some. This was an old like Angel of Darkness Lara Croft I did back in. It's not. I think the face is the face and the hair I could have been a lot better with. But yeah. Anyway, I did this in 2010. This was my friend Jessica. I love her. She's amazing. I'm still friends with her. I used to intern with Ubisoft. Their Fragdoll cadet program. And then I worked with Ubisoft being a full-time Fragdoll. But I was in the cadet program in the spring 2010 program with Jessica. I drew her. She's super cute. And I drew my friend there. Oh, and he also is in it, Adam. I drew this. This was back, also in 2010. I was practicing different coloring styles and stuff. So, Seventh Dimension says, Melanie, you look like you haven't aged at all. Thank you. I feel like I have. But I do think that I haven't aged a lot, so I'm glad for that. But I did age some. Here is me in 2010. See, like my face is, I lost some face volume. See, like my face isn't as chubby. That's where I feel like most of my aging is. Like I'm not really getting wrinkles or anything. But my face isn't as chubby. Like you know what I mean? Like when you get older, you lose face volume. So yeah, this was 14 years ago. Right? Yeah. Oh, and I made this Fragdolls comic. See, I've always been into comics. I don't want to hear nobody say I'm just grifting about it. I have been making comics ever since I was a little kid. But this was one I made as a joke of this one was a comic I made for because I was interning with the Fragdolls at the time, and one of the Fragdolls, she was a rager. What do you call it? Like gamer rage. Yeah, a lot of gamer rage, which is great. It's funny. Amy, she went by Valkyrie on the Fragdolls. So then I was just like, final boss, tap, tap, game over, back to level 1 crash. And at that time, Assassin's Creed 2 either just came out or was just coming out. I mean, it's not really that funny, this comic isn't, but it was just cute. A cute little comic from my friend. Okay. I drew this character. I made a character, an original character I made up way back. I made up this character originally, like back in the year 2000. His name was Joe. This one, I mean, it looks a little different than how I normally would have drawn him there. I still play that character is my OC for like so many games. When I play a game on my own time off stream, I make that character. My character Joe. I made him in what's that? Elden Ring. My Elden Ring character, but I gave him a little man bun this for that. I remember I drew this. I think this was a commission. Yeah, it was a commission. I used to do commissions. This was a commission I did in 2010. They were using this for like t-shirts and stuff for their, I think it was a gaming clan. Yeah. So I did that back in 2010. It's so funny. I remember my first commission I ever did. I think that's still on here, which was my first. I gotta give you guys some context. My first art commission I ever did was a furry commission. But I didn't know that furry porn was a thing. It wasn't porn. It was just furries. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. Just draw this cat and this dog scuba diving. I didn't know anything about furry culture. I'll show you guys that in a minute. This was me in 2009. Or no, 2010. Wait. Yeah, 2010. I thought it was 2009. So I used to, man, I lived on DeviantArt in like 2009, 2010. So I had this DeviantArt shirt. Art. It was like a zombie. It's going art. So yeah, this was me. This is me 14 years ago. So anyway. Then this was another comic I was working on at the time. Let's see, when did I draw this? Oh yeah, this was before I made so this was a character I made up named Scarlet. And I was working on a comic called Limbo, which I already submitted that comic to Zuda Comics way back in like 2008. They had this website called Zuda Comics, and it was run by DC Comics. And you could submit your comic, you could submit like 8 pages, I think it was, or 4 pages. I think it was 8 pages. And every month they would have a new they would pick one to be an ongoing web comic, and they'd pay you $250 a week to make a new page on the web comic. And that was like, I must do this. I submitted my comic Limbo, but I didn't make it at the time. It had a lot of issues, which I'll show you guys. I think that'll be on here as well. I drew this. I think I drew that on paper and I scanned it. This was 2010 as well. And here's another one of Scarlet. This one I think I also drew on paper and scanned it. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I did this. I think this was a commission. Yeah, it's so funny. I used to do commissions. This was in 2009. So I did this commission for this guy who he did like martial arts stuff. And he wanted me to draw his trainer, his trainer, and somebody else. So yeah, that was that. I made these plushies as well. I made this brand called Elegant Edge. I've always been really into creative hobbies and stuff. So I would always start stuff, like start projects all the time. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do a project. I'm going to have like a crafty thing where I sell like Etsy type stuff is what I wanted to do. And I know it's like Maymay. Looks like Maymay. I think I still have that somewhere at mom and dad's, like in their garage or something. And then I made this one, which I gave this one to my friend. I was in a Secret Santa with a bunch of girls from the Fragdoll stuff. And so one of the girls in that Secret Santa didn't buy a gift for her. The girl she was supposed to buy a gift for, she just straight up didn't do it. And so everybody got a gift except her. And I was like, let me see what I can put together. I didn't have much money to just buy her something. So I was like, I got this. Like I just put something together. And this was one of them. And I sent it to her because she didn't get a gift. So yeah, I made that. Then I made this blue one. Let's see what else we got here. I made this thing. I had a story I made up with like goat people. I don't know, it was weird. I didn't end up doing anything with that, but I was like, I made up a ton of different story concepts. I still do. Oh, here it is. Oh no, I called it Afterlife, and then I was going to call it Limbo. That was it. So there was this girl, Scarlet, the main character, Scarlet here. So this is what I submitted that didn't make it on Zuda, which I can see why, because I had a lot of issues. It wasn't. So she goes to this. First of all, I didn't set this. Did I set this scene up at all? I don't think I did. I can't remember. But anyway, so there's this possessed. She goes up to this apartment, and there's this possessed woman there, and she's just like, oh wait, I think I'm in the wrong order. That's it. I don't know if I uploaded all of it or just part of it. Oh yeah, I'm in the wrong order. So here it was too wordy. That was one of my problems. I spent way too much like dialogue boxes explaining everything that was going on. So yeah, she's living in this like multi-dimension world where there's these spirits and stuff. These were the bad guys. Oh, they were injecting babies with something. What was the story? So, I think what would happen was that you were able to go from, they were killing these babies' souls so that they would stay stuck they would stay stuck in that realm. That was it, I think. So then she was born, there was another realm called the life realm, and they were trying to kill her soul, but they stabbed her heart. But her heart was on the right side, so they didn't actually stab her heart. They thought she did. So she could actually travel between realms, and they didn't. Yes, a transitioner. That's what I called them. That was before the Troon stuff happened. So it had a different meaning back then. So she could actually, so there were like these transitioners that could go between realms. And so yeah, that was her thing. So she's going to be able to fight in a different realms. So then she goes here to this apartment, and this woman turns into that thing, or she gets turned into like a beast thing. Heck, how do I get out? All right. Anyway, yeah. And so that was the story. It didn't make it. Wasn't good enough, which I get it. It had a lot of flaws. Oh, I think this is what I drew my boss. No, that was my teacher. When was this? In 2009. This is so funny. I'm like really going back memory lane. I drew one of my college professors, I think it was. My teacher. What was I doing in 2009? Like, who was my teacher? What class? Was this math class or something? Anyway, I drew my teacher. This is so funny. I'm going back memory lane. Here was another project I did. I told you I always worked on new projects. I made a spoon ring. I was going to do arts and crafts. Well, I bought the stuff to make a spoon. And back then, if I bought stuff for a crafts, I had to put a lot of, like, it wasn't no willy-nilly thing for me because I wasn't making that much money. At this time, I was working, was I working at a bank? I don't know. I was making like $9 an hour. So anyway, I bought the stuff to like cut spoons. And so I bought the stuff to try to make spoon rings. Well, what's a spoon ring? It's a ring that you make out of a spoon. You cut the spoon handle off and you bend it into a ring. So I got the stuff to make it, and I was too scared of the tool that would cut the spoon. I was too scared of it. I couldn't even use it. I like touched it and it's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm too scared. So my mom cut it for me. Because my mom wasn't scared of it. She ain't scared of it. She's a farm girl. So I made one spoon ring and that was it. I was too scared to use that thing. Oh, here was a commission, or not a commission. I just did it for fun. Or I just did it for my friend. Or no, she did commission me. So it was for a friend of mine. So she was into like goth style and stuff. So she wanted me to draw her and commission me. So I drew her. That was like in 2009 or something. And then, oh, here was a collab I did. This was a collab I did with one of my friends from the Tomb Raider community. Now, my friend, what was her name? Heather, I think. She would do colors. Oh, this one was too violent. I can't look at it unless I log in. It's called Blood. Dude, it was really violent. I don't know. It was a picture of I had a story of a serial killer. Anyway, I can't unless I log in. I don't even remember my login credentials. So anyway, I did the line art. I did the line art for this one. I think she did the pencils. Yeah, she did the pencils. I did the inking, and then she also did the coloring. So we did a Lara Croft comic. Like, we didn't do an actual, we just did a comic page. So here was Lara Croft and this tree swinging on it, this, that. And then Heather colored it here. I think I did she do the letters or I did? I think I did the lettering as well. Did I say on here? Yes, she did the rough draft pencils and colors. I did the rough draft. So I guess we both collabed on the rough draft part. I did the inks. I did the lettering, color adjustments, final tweaks. So we were going to do a whole like project together and we didn't end up doing that. This was her art, which she hasn't updated in a while either. But she had a very different style, which was really cool. Like she did more of like the paint. Oh, I don't know why it ain't showing up. This was her, like she did like paintery stuff and I did more like inks. That's always been my specialty is inks. So there's that. Oh, I made a tutorial. Okay, so I drew this too. This was if y'all remember, was this 2009? Yep, this was Jade from Beyond Good and Evil, which there was a leak, a video leak showing Jade from Beyond Good and Evil like running from like Beyond Good and Evil 2 leak. Obviously, that hasn't seen the light of day. So I drew this fan art. Just did like inks. So anyway, people at that time, I was on forums and stuff all the time. So people asked me to do a tutorial. Dude, how do I zoom in? Oh, so here I did a tutorial on how to do inks. So here I did the draft, which my technique has changed a bit since this was back in 2009. But anyways, yeah, so you start with the draft. Now I typically like to do my rough draft in blue so that you can see the inks in black better. So then I showed my technique for inking over it. And that's funny. So anyway, yeah, that's still up there. So there's that from 2009. I can't show you that. It was too violent for some reason. It was a murderer. What it was somebody who murdered, or their corpse was on the ground and then in a pile of blood. All right, so this is what I did in. Here's a character I made named Whisper. She was a spy. That was like her spy name was Whisper. So yeah, there was that. This 2009. And then here she was colored. Her name's Soraya Akers. And then this was one I did of Micah, which I don't remember. I think his name was forgot his spy name. Oh, and then I drew this guy too. I wasn't really happy with how this turned out. And plus I did this one on paper, I think, which I typically was used to working more with digital. So this was going to be it was going to be a team of like spies. And so I had like Sarai, who's like the sneaky on the ground. And then I had Micah, who was the sniper. And then I had this guy, I forgot what I was going to name him. He was going to be just the punchy, strong black guy. But yeah, I don't remember. I didn't really. Yeah. So then I did. Oh, this was a drawing I did for my coworker. This is when I worked at Best Buy. This is what I did with one of my coworkers, Kristen. So I just drew her. This was my character Joe again. I told you my original character Joe. Here he was in a suit. Then I drew Lara Croft here, which this has from really wonky proportions. This was back in 2009. Why does it say 2009? I could have sworn, yeah, it was 2009. I thought that was 2008. Anyway, this was 2009. The proportions are really wonky on it. I was really inspired. Some of my biggest art inspirations were from like Peter Chung from Aeon Flux. He's one of them. So he does like really wonky proportions and stuff. So I was like really into that. I think one of my big issues, one of my biggest problems with this was shading and stuff was too much emphasis on the lines here. So it's giving like a very, like the neck, it's too indented. Like I put too much emphasis on the indents and stuff. But yeah, anyway. That's what I did in 2009, Lara Croft. I drew a 30 Seconds to Mars. At this time was my favorite band, which now it's Breaking Benjamin, which I loved Breaking Benjamin back then too. But 30 Seconds to Mars for their Beautiful Lie album was my all-time fave. But then I didn't like where they were going with the other stuff. So anyway, I just drew this 30 Seconds to Mars picture. This was 2008. I drew this. I was trying to do like some cat girl manga looking thing. You're gonna see as this art gets worse. This is when I was like first learning digital art, was around this time. Look at this Dante from Devil May Cry I drew in 2008. I was really bad at drawing poses and stuff. So it's just like way too stiff. But yeah, I remember I posted this and someone was like critiquing it, was like, you're never going to be an artist. And I was like really sad. Which you don't tell somebody that. You tell them to keep practicing. Everybody can be an artist if they put in the practice. This was a commission that I did and they didn't pay me. This guy was selling, what was it? I said, okay, this is one of those what the crap type drawings. Yes, kind of random, but with good reason. I did this about a month or so ago for a guy who commissioned me to make a tribal dude holding a bowl of kava. I'm not totally sure what that stuff is, but I know it's some sort of root, and this guy is going to sell it. This is going to be on the bag/box, but I'm still waiting for him to give me more info on how the background is supposed to look. Anyway, this description is much longer than it had to be. So I used like a Wacom Intuos 3 Photoshop. But anyway, that was 2008. He never ended up paying me, so he was supposed to pay me. So I just posted it. Oh, I think this one. Wait, did he? Wait, I can't remember. I don't think he did. Was this one that? Yeah, anyway, so I drew this just randomly. I was trying to be all emo in my description here. So this I also drew in 2008. I was just learning digital art in 2008. I drew myself here. This. Oh, is that? Wait, no, that was just an Angry Chibi commission. This is one of my first commissions. I think it might even be my second commission. Yeah, I was learning chibi art. Then I drew, this was supposed to be me in like a Tetsuya Nomura style. I was really inspired by his art style. So I was like practicing a similar style to him. Also in 2008, I did this commission back in 2008. Some hero chick, some guy had a comic, I think, with her, and he commissioned me to draw her. She had a smiley face tattoo on her boob. So yeah, I did this commission back in 2008. Yeah, I drew this drummer girl. I was gonna do a comic of girls in a band, and she was one of them. All right, let's. Oh, this it's gonna keep getting worse. We're going more into the past. This is my very first commission I ever did. It was a furry commission. Again, I didn't know what furry stuff was. Wasn't furry porn, but this guy was really into his OCs. Like he had these furry OCs, and one of them was a dog and the other was a cat. So he wanted me to draw them scuba diving. So I did that. He just wanted it inked. He didn't want it colored. Did this commission. The characters belong to both him and so him and his friend, I guess. Let me see if this guy's ever uploaded it. Oh, he's got some. Oh, this guy's definitely into furry porn. Oh, hold on. I just went to his account. This was what hey, it was my first commission. But look at that. Okay, anyway, that was my first commission. Oh wait, let me go back to mine. Wait, where's mine? Oh, here it is. Share this tab. So I drew Pikachu. This was in 2008. This was one of my first digital art pieces, I think. Wait, I think I drew the lines on paper. I think I drew this on paper and scanned it and colored it digitally, if I remember correctly. I used a bamboo music listened to Uncle, Blindside, Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, used to we would put in our descriptions what music we listened to when we drew these things. Did I do that for this? No. Then I had this commission, which a girl and her boyfriend. Yeah, it was their 2nd year anniversary. I'd like to think they're happily married now. Let's find out. This was back in 2008. Are they married now? Gallery. I don't see anything. All right, well, we'll never know. I'd like to think they're married now. All right, so yeah, it was their 2-year anniversary, and I drew them with holding a cat. Then I drew this Pokemon. This was one of my first digital art pieces. I think I used a Wacom Bamboo Fun tablet back then. Oh, here I was trying to learn how to do different shading styles like on digital. I drew this again. I'm pretty sure I drew this on paper and I scanned it and colored it. This character is from Rune Factory. Yeah, Mist from Rune Factory in warrior gear. So it's just a work in progress. I remember I was so happy with how like those knees, the color on the knees was turning out. But anyway, I got really overwhelmed and I didn't ever finish that one. So then I drew, there's another one of my first digital pieces as well. This was from Kingdom Hearts, back when like Kingdom Hearts 2 was first announced before it came out. I think we didn't know what this guy's name was. This was Riku. This was Dark Riku, which I can't remember what. Yeah, but anyway, that was Riku with the helmet, and we didn't know it back then. Because that was just like when we were just getting trailers. And so I was like, oh, I was just calling him Dark Warrior. Didn't know who he was. So funny. That was Riku. So this was also my character, Joe, that I made up. This was my first digital art piece, I think. I drew this in 2007. Well, I did the drawing a year ago, sketched it real quick on paper, then did the final touches on the computer with a mouse. So I drew this in like 2005 or 6 then. But yeah. So like that's funny. Wow, I just went down memory lane. But yeah, I first started getting into digital type art more and so yeah, that was before I did. I had other stuff too. Did I delete them? I had like a Ratchet and Clank, or not Ratchet and Clank, a Daxter from Jack and Daxter. I'll have to look for that one of these days. Anyway, that was a trip down memory lane. So yeah, that's my old stuff. My old drawings. And then now my most recent one. So yeah, I have been into drawing. This is not something new for me. I've always loved it. So yeah. Then again, reminder, this is my newest piece. So when I like compare this to some of the older stuff, I definitely gotten a lot better. So I'm happy about it. Now, if I would have dedicated myself to drawing like every day, then yeah, I'd be a lot better than I am now. But I've still dramatically improved. So I am happy with it. All right. So anyway, Randall says, this is the best episode. Thank you. Yeah, we really got a old internet fun, right? We really got a little peek there of some old internet. Man, that was good times. Dragonite says, hey, Melanie, do you still do custom commissions? No, I haven't done a commission in a long time. Maybe one day, but right now I'm really committed to improving on anatomy and stuff like that and getting comfortable and then working on my own comic. Then maybe I can get to commissions again, but right now I just have a lot of stuff I want to do first. So let's see. How did you start drawing? I've been drawing longer than I can remember. Like my mom just always had notebooks and pencils and pens and stuff for my brothers and I, and we would just draw in like regular striped paper. And I would make comics on those. When I was a little kid, I had a comic called Loom, which was this lizard. I had this family of lizards, and Loom was a lizard guy. He was a teenager, which back then, when you're a little kid, teenagers sound so old. So I think he was 16. And he had like the 90s. I need to try to find that picture and post it. He had like the 90s looking backwards cap with Junko jeans. And but yeah, I used to make a comic called Loom. Like I would just draw on paper like that when I was a kid. All right, let's go ahead and get to some super chats. Troy News with a $5 says, ever heard the guitar solo For the Love of God by Steve Vai? I was worried we would elect the Whore of Babylon last week too. We kept Evo Bay right on. I haven't heard that guitar solo. I will have to look it up. Push Up with a $5 says, Mel, maybe you can read the Reagan message I left on your Ezekiel 43 through 45 video. I think it's good advice, and you never know who's listening. Let me look that up. So for those who don't know, I do have a Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I upload pretty much every day reading the Bible, which almost done with the book of Daniel on that channel. Okay, you said Ezekiel 43 through 45. Let me see. Ezekiel 43 through 45. Let's look at the comment, or let's go to the video and then look at the comments. Let's see if I can find it. Dadgummit, I can't, like my monitors overlap each other, so I have a hard time seeing stuff sometimes. Okay, let's see. Where is push-ups in the comments? Push-ups, where are you? I'm scrolling. Here we go. Wait, no, by the way, I got an ad for a psychic in this video. That's not good. Where is it? Why do I only see that? I just looked at all the comments. That's the only comment I see from push-ups. That's all I see there, push-ups. Weird. Did it filter it? Yeah, it ain't there. Push-ups. Yeah, it only shows one. Wait, here it is. Let us pray that Trump receives. Okay, hold on. Let me show this on the screen. So this is from that. Wait. Why is it not showing it? Oh, well, whatever. I'll read it. It says, why'd I lose it? Push up. Oh, let us pray that Trump receives the wisdom to lead this great nation wisely. Reagan was a great leader because he led with the spirit. He believed that God would triumph over communism and directed the CIA to smuggle Bibles into the communist bloc, translated into their language, and ordered Radio Free Europe to broadcast Christian mass into the communist countries for the first time. He also designated 1983 as the year of the Bible. Reagan followed God and left a legacy of freedom and prosperity. And let us pray that Trump follows his example. Anyway, I'm looking forward to some Tomb Raider 2. Thank you, push-ups. All right. So let's see. We got Alex here with the $2. Says, hello, Melanie Mac. Go boom. Hi. Mike Noss with the $2 says, I saw you get a shout out in a Brett Cooper video. I saw that. I love it. She's great. Song request, Unholy Confessions, Avenged Sevenfold. Let me learn the easy stuff first. Garrett Groover with the 199 says, I'm curious, what are your favorite movies? My all-time favorite movie is Underworld, the first one, with Kate Beckinsale. I really like the first two Hellboy movies a whole lot. I love Nacho Libre, Napoleon Dynamite, Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yeah, those are some of my faves. Constantine is also one of my faves. Superpowers with the $2 says, draw Lara Croft every week and gauge your progress. That is good advice. Thank you. Andrew Tygrobe with the Canadian $2 says, learn a song by Impending Doom. You pick the song. We'll see. I'm working on Nirvana right now. Alex Fisher with the $5 says, Won't Relent by Misty Edwards is a killer song. Give it a listen. I will have to look into that. Joseph Sager with the 1999 says, Christ is King. Amen. Thank you so much. Mike Alvaro Doles TBE with a $5 says, would you debate Tomfoolery show? He's the second best Democrat debater next to Destiny. He debates in better faith than Destiny as long as the combo is good. I don't know who that is. Tomfoolery. Maybe I've seen him before, but it's not ringing a bell. I don't really do debates personally. Especially when it comes to political topics. I'm not like a huge political person. I'm a Christian who wants Christian values in politics, and in our nation. So yeah, I don't really do debates. That's the thing, is when it comes to the Bible, when it comes to people believing in Jesus and following Jesus, there's no debate. You can't reason with people who are closed off. You know what I mean? Like, you share the goal is to share the truth, and then whether or not they soften their heart to it is between them and God. And that's we don't actually win people over. We tell the truth, and then from there, like, it's Jesus who saves them, and their heart will be, whether their hearts are softened to it. We plant the seeds, and then God does the work from there. And yeah, or they won't be saved ever. Like, it's out of our control. That's the way I see it. So I don't like to debate people because it's not my control. I can't control if people listen or not. BC with the 199. Now, if I debate somebody, I might debate somebody about Tomb Raider or something. Hey, let's talk about how Lara Croft is classic Lara is better than reboot Lara. Something like that. But when it comes to really big, serious issues like that, I don't know. BC with the 199 says, ever heard the band Spirit Box? Great female singer. Yeah, for some reason, I'm just not a personally not a fan. Like, I don't think they sound bad, but I just can't really get into them. The White Trash Panda with the $10 has sent a super too late for Jeremy to read yesterday. I wanted to tell you about John Cooper from Skillet. Yes, I do know about John Cooper. I've been listening to Skillet for a long time, ever since like what was that album that has fingernails on it? That was the first like I heard of Skillet and I loved it. It was, I know there's one called Collide and one Comatose. So it was Collide. Yeah. Yes, he does have a podcast. I've heard of that. I haven't watched his podcast, but I do definitely know who he is. And I love his old music especially, but I'll have to check out his podcast one of these days. David Shimp with the $10 says, hey, Melanie, I'm writing an anime set in where Jesus is secretly guiding the protagonist too. I like the idea of more awesome Christianity. People like you make it seem way more cool. Thank you. Well, I hope you continue that. I think that's awesome. I love like one of the comic I really want to make. I have like different stories and all that, but one of them that I really want to work on is definitely Christian inspired. It's fiction. It's a fictional universe, but with, I would call it a Christian story, but it's not obviously it's not a real story. It's a fictional story, but still a Christian theme, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I love that. Daniel Jagger with the $10 says, any place people could send you tabs or chords for songs, maybe look into Hurt Volume 1 Rapture acoustic version. Also, Courtney from Spirit Box, Kiki Wong. Oh, I love Kiki Wong. I've been watching her reels and stuff for a while. And Reba Myers. I'm not really like opening up requests because I'm still learning Nirvana right now. I'm still learning Smells Like Teen Spirit. So before I even think about requests and looking into other tabs and stuff like that, let me get this done. But thank you so much. JR with the $5 says, I posted about meeting you and other cool people on Twitter only to have some hater get pissy about it. It's funny, but annoying too. People be like that, man. Haters gonna hate, but thank you. That's nice of you. Push Up with the $2 says, can you bring up Zoe to say hi? Come here, Zoe. Zoe, come here. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Oh. She's awkward. She's really cute and she likes being in the room with me at all times. She's just not really a lap dog. She's just like, okay, I want to be here with you wherever you go. Like, she's clingy and she's obsessed with me, but she acts weird if I pick her up. There she is. All right. We've got Sansanuno with the 30 says, peace and love from Cornwall, Southwest UK. Been a couple weeks since having locked into your boom sessions. Thank you. Lord bless you from one born again believer to another. Thank you so much. We got Rich Zilla 96 with the $2 says, you got mentioned in a Brett Cooper video. Yes, I love it. Dark Bobby with the 499 says, hey Melanie, I love watching all of your videos and follow you on X. What's your favorite Resident Evil game and why? Thank you. I'd say my favorite is Resident Evil 5, which I know I get backlash when I say that. But I just had so much fun playing that with my brother when it first came out. Like, some of my best gaming memories is playing co-op Resident Evil 5 with my brother. So, yeah. Plus, I really like Sheva. I think Sheva's a cool character. And Chris Redfield was amazing in that game. Like, I think Chris Redfield's best design. So I'm a big, like, when it comes to Resident Evil characters, who's your favorite characters, blah, blah, blah. There's always that, like, Chris versus Leon. I like Chris. Like, I'm team Chris. I like Leon too, but Chris Redfield he's the dude, man. He's the man. Night Owl 685 with a $5 says, it would have been so much harder getting through this awful election cycle without light bringers like you, Melanie. We love you. Thank you. That means a lot. That's the thing is that's one reason why I needed to take a break after the election, because I was like, I feel like for years, for the past like few years, it's just felt like a constant battle. Just constant battle, constant like making woke people mad. Like we had the COVID stuff happen and the big battle that was that. We had just all this culture war, battle every day. Wake up, battle every day. Wake up, battle, sleep. Wake up, battle, sleep. It's been exhausting. And I just felt like, oh man, I'm going to have this battle for the rest of my life. It's never going to give. And I mean, we're still going to have to keep battling in this culture war, but at least there's a little moment of reprieve where it's like, okay, things are getting a little better. We're actually winning right now. So it's like, all right. So, okay. But yeah, we got to keep the battle going because we can't be lazy here, because those that's the thing about these woke people is they act like they really play on our empathy and stuff, and they want us to feel sorry for them and all that. Well, then when we do, look what happens. They take over. It gets crazy. Maniac Mutilator with the 20 says, have you ever listened to one of my favorite bands, Hatebreed? The name usually turns people off, but they actually have really positive lyrics about being the best version of yourself. Check out This Is Now and Perseverance. That sounds familiar. Hatebreed. Let me see if I have. I don't see them on my playlist, but that sounds so familiar. Okay, so you said This Is Now and Perseverance. Well, I don't see that on their top. But oh, I think I was just listening to them the other day. All right, thank you for sharing. I'll have to listen to more of their stuff. Donisco with the 10 says, happy to know you are a fellow artist. Thank you. TCK911 with the 999 says, Melanie Mac Comics. I like your style. Thank you so much. I'm excited to pick back my art up again. Smash JT, hi, with the 1999. Thanks for being epic. You're epic. Thank you. You have been just making a huge difference in this culture war right now, especially in the gaming space, and you are much appreciated. Some guy with a $2 says Melanie Mac wouldn't turn her ex gay. Probably. No, I would be not turning nobody gay. Ed Gierigans with a $10 says you should go on whatever podcast if you could ever get out to Santa Barbara. Michael Turner's Fathom Comics for the win. I do really like Michael Turner's style. Rest in peace. Sorry, but go Ravens. No. Also, no. People ask this all the time. Would you go on whatever podcast? Would you go? No, I don't like it. I don't. I think that sometimes they make good points and stuff, but I don't feel like that podcast is in good faith. I think it's just there to humiliate people. So I'm not a fan, and I'll never say never. But I don't plan on ever going on there. Because I just don't think they have good faith discussions. I don't like them. I just don't. I can't say I don't like every single person on there. I don't know every single person on there, but I don't like that podcast. Like, if I get on there, all they're going to do is make fun of me because I'm not in my 20s anymore. Like, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear people that, oh, you're expired now. Like, shut up. Why would I do that? Why would I go on there and just let these dudes just try to humiliate me? No thanks. Snapple Rai with the $20. Yo, here's something for your guitar practice when your strings snap, and they will. I recommend getting Ernie Ball Super Slinky 9 through 42 strings in the pink package, and you can find your preferred string gauge from there. Yeah, I've had strings snap on me on my acoustic before, so I'm definitely no newbie to guitar. Just with electric, I'm just learning. But thank you. Chris Rubio with $5 says, my butter emoji has evolved. Yay, I love it. The katana is great. What is your dream guitar? I play ESP/LTT guitars. The LTT Viper is a new metal SG. Oh, nice. I don't really know if I have a dream guitar right now. Yeah, I would have to look into it more. So, but yeah. Oh, thank you guys for the nice words in the chat, by the way. Mel and that Star Wars girl would be cool for a G4 reboot if they would actually do it right. My goodness, they sure dropped the ball. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Well, I'm catching up with regular chat. And Blabs. Yes, Blabs would be great for a G4 reboot. I agree. Have you watched Arcane? I watched the first season. I think the first 3 episodes were great. After that, it was okay. I think Arcane is extremely overrated, but we'll see. I don't know. I think that they went a bit too much into that whole lesbian angle and made Vi a bit too butch. Because Vi is supposed to, Vi was supposed to be some punk chick. Like, I remember when Vi first came out, I saw Vi concept arts before she first came out. When I did this, what was I doing at that time? I don't remember, but I was in, some Riot Games, they show, because I also used to host Riot Games, but yeah, I thought I saw Vi before she came out when they were just showing select people, like press and stuff or creators. But was that Vi or was that Jinx that I can't remember. But anyway, Vi was supposed to be this punk chick. She wasn't supposed to be a lesbian. She wasn't supposed to be butch. She was a punk chick. She looked really pretty. And they just progressively made her more and more butch. And let me show you guys the original concept of Vi for those who don't know. I remember back when those concept arts came out, I was like, oh, she's so cool. I want to be like her. I wish I looked like that. That's how I used to think. And now it's like, no, I definitely don't think that now. She just looks like a butch lesbian. So look how pretty she was. This is how I like Vi. Really pretty. And then they just changed her to so she goes from that to this, where she just looks like, especially here, just very butch looking. I don't know, she's not terrible. I did like her personality and stuff in Arcane. I do remember I liked her in Arcane, but then I just after a while I was like, you know what? I really miss that old Vi. After it set in, I was like, I'd much rather have her like this. And they also made Caitlyn look uglier. They made Caitlyn look kind of weird and uglier, and they're going with this whole lesbian angle, and it's just I don't like it. But old Vi looks like a Barbie. I know, isn't that great? Punk Barbie. Let's freaking go. Caitlyn is gorgeous. I mean, the original Caitlyn is, but she looks, I think she looks weird in Arcane. I don't know. I might watch the new season of Arcane, but I just, like I said, I think it's overrated. Let's see, Caitlyn, Arcane. If we compare Caitlyn to Arcane versus, she doesn't look terrible, but she doesn't look nearly as, some frames she looks worse than others. But she looks way cuter on in the game. Yeah, like, or hold on, let me find a picture to. Heck, I'm trying to find a good photo. Oh yeah, like here's the. Oh, here's a video. Where's. Depends. Okay, hold on. I'll just show what I'm looking at right now. So here we have Caitlyn. Like in this picture, where my head is right now, I wish I could. Like in this one, I don't know. She looks kind of ugly. She doesn't look too bad on some of these. Like here, she looks kind of cute. But I don't know. So they took her from like this, where she's a lot more. She's a lot prettier. Well, I mean, this isn't even her original. That was like her updated splash. But I don't know. I feel like this art style just isn't as pretty as. Yeah, I don't know. You picked the worst picture? What do you mean I picked the worst picture? I'm literally showing all of these. So are all of these the worst picture? But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, that's just me. I think that they definitely did downgrade the appearance of the characters. But that's the thing with Vi too, is it's Vi's stance. Like she's got this like, yeah. Like it's she like the way she's posed is just very butch lesbian. I don't like that for Vi. I like that Barbie punk chick. So I do miss that. Thank you, Cheyenne. I appreciate you. That's just my opinions. I think it's great if you like the Arcane direction. I still like when I first watched Arcane, I did like Vi's personality and all that. I thought they did a good job. But if I were to have it my way, I would want to see that Barbie punk Vi. That's what I would much rather have. But hey, I'm hearing great things. Apparently, a lot of people seem to love season 2. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I did like the first 3 episodes of the first season of Arcane a lot. And then I watched it. I liked it enough to watch the whole thing. But I did think it was a bit overrated. But hey, maybe season 2 is awesome. We'll see. I'm curious to see what people in chat who watched it think. Miming the dude vibe. It's you think most in chat agreed and thought it was overrated? Yeah. I mean, I think especially compared to what we have now for most, I mean, because it's woke. For most woke things, it's definitely on the better end of things. So you only found one of. I swear that Oreo Coke Zero is so hard to find. It's tough. Oh, Ed says Nala says Christianity is not a religion. It is, and I disagree with her on that. But here's the thing: a lot of people are being. I did see those clips of them going after Nala, but it's like, what you expect her to be like? She's just back in her face. I think all things considered, like I don't think she's faking it at all. I 1000% believe that she is saved. If people are calling it a grift, makes no sense. She's making less money. It just makes 0 sense at all. I saw an interview where she said her dad wanted her to keep doing OnlyFans. How depraved is that? So her dad was like upset that she quit OnlyFans. It's insane. But anyway, no, I 1000% believe her conversion is real. I think in that clip that I saw, I didn't see the full context. I think that I would say when it comes to what like that the guy that was arguing with her was saying like, oh, Christianity is a religion. Was it a guy or I can't remember, or his wife? But regardless, Christianity is a religion. So I disagree. I know some people will say the angle is like, oh, I don't believe in religion. I just have a relationship with Jesus and that's it. Well, that's a fluffy way of saying it. A lot of people say it. I get what they're trying to go with that, but Christianity is a religion. God established the church. It is the only correct religion, but the church is an established religion. So anyway, so yeah, I do think they were going too hard at her and too aggressive at her to call her a fake Christian and stuff because she isn't getting all the theology correct. I mean, dude, she just got saved like a year ago. That's the thing is we're all going to grow in our faith and theology and all this stuff, but is the fruit that she's demonstrating showing genuine conversion? I would say yes. She stopped doing OnlyFans. She married a Christian man. She is more modest. She is sharing the gospel on her social media. I mean, yeah. So to go and attack her because her theology isn't perfect right now, like, come on, bro. Like, dude. Like, when I first came back to I grew up in Christianity. And when I first came back to my faith a few years ago, dude, my theology was so messed up. Like, I had to go through a baby Christian phase all over again. My theology was far from perfect. It still isn't perfect now. It ain't ever gonna be. Like, we're trying our best as we go. But yeah, to say that Nala isn't a Christian because her theology needs some work, like, come on, man. But yeah, from what I've definitely seen from her and I follow her on TikTok and stuff, and I see she's sharing the gospel. She's leading people to Christ. She's discouraging girls from doing OnlyFans and stuff. I think she's doing great things, and you know, she will continue to grow in her faith, and I think that's great. I haven't seen her push anything that discredit. I haven't seen her pushing on people things that contradict the Bible, right? Like, for example, there are people who call themselves like a Christian and they'll be on social media and saying, it's okay to be gay, by the way, Jesus still loves you and you'll still go to heaven. Now that would be blasphemous. That'd be blasphemous, and it contradicts the Bible, and you're leading people to hell. So yeah, like, definitely go hard when people say stuff like that. But she doesn't even do that. She doesn't do any of that stuff. She's telling people, okay, when you find Jesus, you need to walk with him and you need to change. Like, so I don't see where the issue is. I don't see the issues where people have with her. Oh, well, she used to be a whore. Yeah, she did. And so she isn't now. She found Jesus. Do you realize every single one of us have done terrible things before? Like, none of us deserve salvation. So she's a born-again Christian. Why are you bringing her past into the equation? Why is that even being brought up at all? If Jesus Christ threw that into the sea of forgetfulness, why are you not forgetting it? Like, that's kind of blasphemous if you tell me, because, like, from my perspective, if you're going to bring up people's past that they aren't living anymore, Jesus Christ threw that in the sea of forgetfulness and you ain't going to forget it? That's messed up, bro. That's messed up. But again, I don't have the full context of that conversation, but what I did see, I definitely thought that, again, when it comes to the actual theology of it, I agreed with those who I was definitely more in line with. Again, I didn't see it all. Just from the little bit I saw, I definitely agreed more with what the people who were arguing with her said. But when they were throwing it in her face, oh, you're a whore, you did all this, you did that, that's where I was like, okay, that's wrong. Why are they bringing this up when she doesn't do that anymore? This is getting wrong. And if she's born again, like, freaking dude. Don't attack people over not having their theology. But like, why didn't they show her? Why didn't they try to teach her with love. Like, hey, you know what? Christianity is a religion and God established the church. Why do they have to attack her when they're explaining this to her? I don't get that. Why can't they tell her that? Like, do you have to come at her in that way? Hey, Hypnotic, my favorite beaner. See, Ed says 50 dicks in her mouth and butt for years, and we are supposed to treat her as a bastion of Christ. Less than a year later, you are to treat her as a born-again Christian if she's accepted Jesus. Yes. Do you realize Paul murdered people? What if all of your past was on display for everybody to see? Everything wrong you've done. If you've accepted Jesus and you've repented for your sin and turned from your sin, it doesn't matter what, it's gone now. That doesn't reflect you even anymore. So, like, dude, why you, like, that's just cruel to even talk to her like that when she's changed. So, to me, if a Christian is bringing up somebody's past that they've changed and repented from as an argument against them, they lost the argument right then and there. And that's not Christian anymore. You are no longer coming from a Christian perspective. If you're going to bring up somebody's past and that they've repented and changed from in your argument, you already lost. If you can't bring up the present. If you don't think she's actually a Christian, then talk about things in the present that she's doing that would demonstrate her not being saved. So, from my perspective, they lost if they're bringing up her past. All right, so Mike Doss with a $5 says leaked rumors suggest Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil 0 remakes are in the works, and Resident Evil 9 will feature Jill and Leon as the player characters. I think that would be awesome if Jill comes back for a mainline game. That would be amazing. And Leon, I think that I like that. I like that idea. I know Code Veronica definitely has a cult following, so people would be really excited to see that. I personally know people would be elated if that's true. DRM is bad with the $5 says we have to convince everyone that Trump cheated, and the only way to prove it would be through voter ID and in-person paper ballots. That Trump cheated. Thank you, DRM. Hobo Cop with the $5 says Christian storm in pop culture. For a long time, it was difficult for people in the gaming sphere to discuss religion. Like it was taboo, a huge shift. It was. It still is. Like there's still a lot of change that has to happen. And I know of people who are Christians in the gaming industry who they have reached out to me and told me I have to keep it a secret because like the work environment will be hostile if they know I'm a Christian. I don't condone them keeping it a secret. I think that's one reason why it has to be, because I think you gotta be bold. If you get fired, you get fired. Like that's what happened with me. I lost work in the gaming industry, but it's worth it. So if enough people stood up, then they wouldn't have this problem. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I get how it's scary. Look at that, Brian Beckard with the $50 Wombo super chat. Thank you so much. Condemnation is bad. Melanie has good fruits. Thank you. So blessed to find her on the internet. Thank you so much. And exactly, condemnation. It is not on us to condemn. And if you're bringing up somebody's past that they've already repented from, then you are, that sounds like a spirit of condemnation to me. And that is not of God. So again, if you want to debate, if you want to call somebody a fake Christian, or first of all, dude, you're treading a fine line as a Christian to call somebody a fake Christian. Like, you better have receipts of current actions. Like, if you're telling somebody, hey, you're not demonstrating Christian fruit right now, because you are pushing people off path, and this is why. You better feel bold in that. Like, you better have your receipts for it. It's not, but bearing false witness on a brother or sister in Christ is not good as a Christian. It's a terrible thing to do. So if you're going to come at somebody like Nala and call her a fake Christian, you better have your receipts, and her past better not be part of it. So that's all I got to say on that. It's got to be present stuff. All right, R.E. Gato with the 199 says, Dragon Age Veilguard stream win. IGN loves it, but IGN backtracked on their thing with that too, though. Well, I don't think they actually backtracked the review itself, but they posted some negative article about it. Just funny, after giving it a 9. Ed says, what part of denouncing the Holy Trinity last week fails to convey present behavior? I didn't see her deny the Trinity. I didn't see that at all. Again, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I haven't seen her deny the Trinity. But again, if that was their argument, then they should have, if she did that, which I didn't see that, so I'd be curious to know if that was taken out of context. If she did that, then why are they bringing up her past? Why aren't they just talking about that? Why are they bringing up what does her past have to do anything with anything if she repented for her past? See, and this was my impression on that whole thing, was that they got her in a gotcha where she slipped with her words, her theology. Again, her theology isn't perfect. She just became a Christian. So to my knowledge, and again, I didn't see the whole interview, but from the clips I saw, because she said, oh, well, she phrased things a little off. She phrased things a little wrong. So you're saying she denounced the Trinity. I mean, to my knowledge, she believes in that Jesus Christ, God the Father, and the Holy Spirit are triune God. So I have not seen her say otherwise. So maybe her wording wasn't perfect in what she said, but did she outright deny the Trinity? I haven't seen that, but yes, Randall says there's a way to correct people. Exactly. There's a way to correct people. And you don't say, oh, well, you just did this on OnlyFans. You had 50 penises in you, and like say something so crass and perverted with someone who's repented and changed from that. That is definitely not Christian behavior. Did she deny the Holy Trinity? Yeah, I didn't see her do such a thing. Again, are you taking something out of context that she said because she didn't phrase things perfectly? Or did she outright say she denies the Holy Trinity? How did she say it? What did she say? Did she outright say that she denied the Holy Trinity, or did she just phrase something wrong? Did she deliberately deny the Holy Trinity? And yes, she did say Christianity wasn't a religion, and she's wrong there, but that doesn't make her not a Christian. There's so many people who are following the Bible that say, oh, yeah, well, I don't believe that it's a religion. Well, they're wrong. It is a religion, and God established it, but that doesn't make them not a Christian. How did she outright quote it? Quote what she said. Quote what she said, Ed. If she outright, did she say, hey, did she say verbatim, I deny the Trinity? Did she say that? Yes, and Static says, then she needs to be corrected. Simple. But you don't know her heart. Only God does. Even Peter slipped up a few times and had to be corrected by Jesus and Paul. Exactly. Why do they have to bring up what she did on OnlyFans? Why do they have to try to degrade her? Yeah, where's the proof? Where's the proof that she denied the Trinity? Because anything I've seen from her on her TikTok doesn't deny the Trinity. I've not seen such a thing from her. It sounds like, I don't know why, for some reason, people are just, they want her to lose. Like, they are rooting for her to lose. And I don't know why. Here she is making all these changes. She shut down her OnlyFans. She is sharing the gospel on her social media. She married a Christian man. She's not gaining anything monetarily from this. She had more money before and she'd be making more money before. But y'all want her to lose so bad that you were trying your best to catch her in any theological mistake she can make. If you actually cared about her salvation, then you would want to educate her where she's wrong. And you'd want to do so in love. You want to say, well, you know what? Just like when I think about one of my best friends was a lesbian. And after I got saved and learned about all this stuff, I was like, I couldn't validate her in that. And she wanted to talk about it one day. And she was like, so do you think that I'm going to hell because I'm a lesbian? And I told her, I said, if you don't change, you will. And you need to accept Jesus, and you need to actually, because she called herself a Christian. I was like, if you don't turn from that sin, I mean, that God says it's an abomination, but you do need to turn from that. And you need to read your Bible. Like, I was trying to encourage her, and I was doing that in love. It's just, that's what I don't understand. If you care about somebody, you're going to lovingly tell them that. If you're going to care about somebody's salvation, you're going to lovingly tell them that where their error is. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're disgusting. You've done this. You've done that. You've done this. You've done that. It's like, bro, no, I told her in love. But these people who are just coming at knowledge, they want her to lose. They want to humiliate her. If they actually cared about her salvation, they would tell her where she was wrong, but in love. You wouldn't say, you've had 50 dicks in your mouth and butt, you disgusting whore. Like, dude, that's just, they're being perverted about it. They don't care. They want her to lose. They want her to lose. You wouldn't be disgusting like that otherwise. Like, dude, just because she's getting some theology wrong, like, bro, you just care. All you want to do is humiliate her. Yeah, I didn't say that. I literally highlighted the comment of you saying that. What are you on about? Are we going to pretend like 5 minutes ago I didn't just highlight a comment of you saying that? How are we supposed to believe you're a Christian when just a year ago you had 50 dicks in your mouth? Like, are you going to pretend like you didn't type that out? Because we saw it. That's what y'all said about her. Like, bro, you want her to lose. That's disgusting. Nobody wants her to lose. If you're talking at her like that, then yeah, you do. I literally said she can be saved, but she needs to step aside. How do you know she isn't saved right now? Because her theology isn't perfect? She needs to step aside while she educates herself. How about those who are trying to humiliate her, educate her in love and tell her, hey, you know what? You're wrong there. Christianity is a religion and God established that religion. But hey, I think it's great that you did stop doing your OnlyFans and that you're telling girls that they shouldn't be doing that. You're definitely on the right track, and I'm going to keep you in my prayers. Why can't they say that? It's not hard, bro. Oh, yeah. So anyway, still no Pepto milkshake. Was that on Side Scrollers that I said that? I love the flavor of Pepto-Bismol. So I think a Pepto-Bismol milkshake would be amazing. Power Keg Greg says, I find Oreo Coca-Cola at Walgreens. Enjoy. I'll have to look. That Oreo Coke Zero is my favorite, and I can't hardly find it anywhere. The other day I was at the grocery store. They had 2 bottles left. I grabbed them both. But that's all they had. Push-ups with a $2 says, what do you call small Coke in Midwest? Minnesota. Old Sci-Fi with a 5 says, we don't care about Nala. Mass Effect 5 will flop. Lol. I care about Nala, and I believe her conversion was real, and I believe she still has a lot of growing to do, as we all do. And I definitely pray that she continues that path. Dude, when I think about my first year back in my faith, dude, I had so many things wrong in my theology. I still do now, but I definitely did after just my first year of coming back to Jesus. Like, bro. Dan Anna with the $2 says, so the limit is 49. Exactly. So y'all were going to take her serious if it was only 49, but since it's 50. You still haven't tried it yet? The Coke Zero Oreo. I love it. I know not everybody does. My mom didn't like it, but she doesn't like artificial flavors tasting that well. Which is probably good because it's not good for you, but hey, dude, Ed says, I just gave you proof. You didn't give me proof. This is so disappointing from you. I did not. I asked you to quote where she said, and you didn't give anything. Why should she step aside? Her journey will help others. Exactly. So you're mad that she is using her platform to tell girls to get off OnlyFans? Get the crap over yourself. How dare she use her? She needs to just be quiet and not have a social media presence. She's using her social media presence to tell girls to get off OnlyFans, and you're mad about it? What is wrong with you? Get over yourself. The white trash panda with the $5 says, doesn't Coke Zero have artificial sweetener? Not super healthy there. Just saying, I know. But that is my vice. I do eat healthy, but I do allow myself to have sugar-free drinks. That is my vice. Lucian, the 499 says, imagine thinking whatever podcast is Christian. Exactly. Andrew Wilson needs whatever. He's too afraid to debate Adam Green. I don't know who everybody on there is, and I ain't here to talk about people individually on there because I don't know them. But I just know those who were going after her were being jerks and they were being perverted, and they were not simply trying to correct her and help her. They were trying to degrade her and trying to catch her in theology slips. Like that is not how a Christian is supposed to talk to a new convert and try to help them. There was no intent to educate. It was, yeah. So anyway, that was definitely not becoming. Bringing up her past sin that she had repented and changed from. Jesus threw it in the sea of forgetfulness. So who do you think you are to bring that up? When just you're disregarding Jesus Christ's forgiveness when you do that. Get over yourself. Lone Wolf with a $10 says nothing. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this. 12 with the 100 super wombo rumble rants. Hi, Melanie. So encouraged by your faith in Jesus and your willingness to stand against the LGBTQ mob and other demons. Stay strong and know that Jesus has been raised from the dead and will live forever. Amen. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for your very generous rumble rant. I'm sorry I saw it so late, but thank you so much. Lone Wolf, DC Wyoming says, what is the Sea of Forgetfulness? Have not heard of that. Sorry, hold on. Let me pull up that. Let me find it. Is it phrased exactly as Sea of Forgetfulness or this? Yeah. So Micah 7:19 depends on the translation. One of them says it just forgetting in the sea or something, and the depths of the sea. Micah 7:19 says, "You've placed all my sin into the sea of forgetfulness." So yeah, whenever we repent, our past sins, like when we repent, and by repentance, I mean that's turning from. That is changing. It's not saying I'm sorry and then continuing to live in that way. You know, that doesn't mean that you're not going to ever stumble and mess up, but repenting is turning from that sin. So in this case, Nala has demonstrated repentance and the fact that she did shut down her OnlyFans and she's not continuing to do that. And in her more modest behavior, she has shown fruit of actual repentance. So anyway, you've placed all my sin into the sea of forgetfulness. So yes, it's here. Let's see. Sea of forgetfulness. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Micah 7:19. So yeah, our sin is forgiven, and when it's forgiven, if Jesus Christ forgives of our sins, then we need to forgive others. And the Bible also tells us that if we don't forgive people, then we will not be forgiven. So yeah, that is huge. All right, we got Lone Wolf with the $10, as you probably know this, but Gundam clipped you at the end of his Asmongold video. You are having an impact. Did he? I didn't see that. I want to see it. Gundam's great. Let's see. What video is that a recent one? It's a Gundam Asmongold. Was that back when I had that Asmongold gets canceled and folds like a chair? Oh, let's see if we can find it where he clipped. What? He did clip me. Oh, he did. He showed that site where when I was on side scrollers. Hold on, let me pull this up. I love that. Gundam's great. Here's the video. So I guess he made a big video about Asmongold.
Fuck on Melody Mac or whatever the new hot.
What is this?
Actually decipher what SQC said. It's true, he never mentioned race, and culture is not intrinsically linked to race. XQC is correct.
Why don't you go for it and suck on Melody Mac or whatever the new hot topic is today?
Yeah, well, he's not sorry about bashing Christianity when he was reacting to my videos, now is he? No. Even then, I wasn't calling for his cancellation. I was like, hey, I'm glad that he watched my stuff and responded to it, but I wasn't calling for that, and that's why he feels like it's safe to bash on Christianity. But in this case, he made the Queers for Palestine mad, and yeah, he's scared. I love it. How nice. Shout out to It's a Gundam for that. Dude, was that DSP who said that about me? I don't even hardly know this guy. I know he gets memed on a lot on side scrollers and stuff. I don't really know who DSP is. Like, I've seen some clips or whatever here and there, but I don't know hardly anything about him. So I don't really, people like ask questions sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know anything about it. But apparently he knows about me. All right. Thank you for sharing that. That's so nice. All right. We've got Prided Claw 3 with the $5. You are the Candace Owens of gaming, and we need you. Thank you. I think Candace Owens has definitely done a lot of awesome things. There's some things I don't really agree with her on. She does seem to be kind of on this Groyper rhetoric, which I'm not. But she is definitely a smart cookie, and she's done a lot in this in the conservative space. So I definitely will give her props for that. And I think it's an honor to call me the Candace Owens of gaming. I don't think I'm as smart as her. I'm going to be honest. I'm not as intelligent. I'm just a passionate person, and I like to meme on people. So I do that. I got push-ups with the $2. Says, isn't your birthday next week? You getting a cake? It is my birthday next week. Next Wednesday, my stream will be my birthday eve stream because my birthday is on a Thursday on the 21st. So next week on the live show, we'll be doing a birthday eve stream. It'll be a fun time, so I look forward to that. And yeah, in terms of cake, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to eat cake or not. Like, I'm not going to lie. Cheat days make me feel like garbage. So it's like, do I want to have a cheat day or not on my birthday? I kind of do, but I'm kind of wrestling back and forth if I'm going to do it or not. So we'll see. But anyway, Randall, do we have the same birthday? Randall says mine's on the 21st too. That is awesome. Well, we're going to have a birthday bash, a birthday eve bash on next week's Wednesday night stream. And yeah, then Thursday will be the actual birthday date. That is so rad. I love it. Samuel with the 1999 says, I always say be liberal with your love and conservative in your faith. I don't trust my fellow man, but love them as God instructs us, for we all fall short of the glory of God. Amen. Don't we all? That's the thing. I don't ever like to hold people's pasts against them. I focus on the present, because my goodness, if I focus on other people's past, then I, by the same standard, would be judged by my past, and I don't want to be judged by everything I've in my life. Like we've all done wrong things. So I'm grateful that God has forgiven the mistakes that I've made, and so I definitely don't like to hold people's past against them. So winter babies for the win. I love it. Oh, you have the same birthday as your kitten? Not really, but it's close. Oh, that's funny. They didn't know her actual birthday. Well, that's fun. Then you can say, oh, we have the same birthday. It's close enough. So you can celebrate the same birthday as your kitten. I love it. But all right, guys, I need to go and make me some food. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. What a wonderful stream tonight. I had a great time, and I'm really grateful that you all hung out with me. And we had a good time looking down memory lane at my old drawings and stuff. This was definitely one of the most fun streams I've done. But thank you so much. I look forward to seeing y'all next week, next Wednesday, for my birthday eve bash. What are you going to eat? I don't know. If I have a cheat day, I might ask my family to go to Olive Garden with me, because that's my favorite restaurant. But I don't know if I would have a cheat day or not. We'll see. But thank you all so much. I will see you for next stream. Will be next week. Otherwise, I'll just see you all on my social media as usual. Thank you again. See you soon. Catch you next time. In the meantime, go boom. Oh, hold on. I got to end. Okay. Bye.